Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Anis Fatima. I'm from chemistry in analytical and environmental chemistry. Now I want to present my review article about electrochemical paper-based analytical device, APET, using immobilized Prussian blue and antibodies for the diagnosis of Leishmania. My presentation for completing my analytical and clinical forensic study in my degree. This paper was published at HS Omega on 2025. This article was about diagnosis of Leishmania using a PET immobilized. Okay, next. This article we'll discuss about introduction and then working principle, materials and technologies used, preparation and modification of paper, workflow of the sandwich type immunoassay system, clinical target or biomarker, main results, critical analyze, clinical application potential, and conclusion. Okay, let's go to the next. The first one is introduction. So, Leishmania is a neglected tropical disease prevalent in remote and low research area. Conventional diagnosis methods like ELISA or PCR are time-consuming, expensive, and require centralized laboratories. This creates a significant barrier to early diagnosis and treatment. The urgency of this issue lies in the need for a low-cost, rapid, and easy-to-use diagnosis tool that can be developed in the field. And then the main goal of this research was to develop a qualitative electrochemical paper-based immunoassay for detecting Leishmania amazonensis antigen. Next, it's about working principle. So the working principle about Leishmania APET analyze is the first one. The developed device is an electrochemical paper-based analytical device or APET designed for qualitative diagnosis of Leishmania. And then secondly, the detection principle is based on specific reaction between antibody and antigen in a sandwich type immunoassay. And then the third, the capture antibody is immobilized on paper modified with Prussian blue, which acts as a redox mediator. And when the Leishmania antigen is present, it is bound between the capture antibody and a Horse-Radish peroxide or HRP labeled secondary antibody. In the presence of hydrogen peroxide, HRP catalyzed, the Prussian blue will change to Prussian white redox reaction, generating an electrical current change measured by multiple pulse amperometry or MPA. And then decrease in current indicates the formation of the antigen-antibody complex, signifying a positive Leishmania result. Okay, this is how Leishmania can detect. Use paper base and then Prussian blue, and then the antigen will result the Leishmania diagnosis. And then the materials and technologies used. In this article, use substrate and then redox mediator, biocomponent, chemical activator, blocking agent, electrode, analytical technique, and supporting region. The substrate was quantitative filter paper with pore size 7.5, and then the redox mediator used Prussian blue, the synthesis from a solution of FHL3 and K4FHN6 immobilized into the paper using ultrasonication. Okay, and then the biocomponent use anti-Leishmania amazonensis antibodies or AB1 and HRP label secondary antibodies. And then the chemical activator, EDC or NHS, and then the blocking agent was biofilm serum albumin or BSI, and then the electrode used screen print carbon electrode unmodified, serving as the electrochemical detection platform. And then the analytical technique, multiple pulse amperometry or MPA and clinical voltammetry or CV for electrochemical signal characterization. And then the supporting region, phosphate buffer saline or PBS, hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, and twin 20. Next. Next about preparation and modification of paper. So the Leishmania, this picture was about modified paper and unmodified paper, or unmodified paper with the color white, and modified paper the color was blue. Nah, here before measurement and after measurement. Before measurement, the paper dry and wet, and then after measurement, uh, the paper is blue. Okay. The first step, cut into small discs, 1 centimeter in diameter using a paper branch, and then the PB impregnation. The paper discs are immersed in a solution of FHL3 and K4FHN6 and sonicated for 2 hours to ensure uniform PB absorption into the paper fibers. Okay, the paper cutting is go to sonicated for 2 hours. And then the next step, washing. The paper are washed with NaCl 20 solution to remove unbound chemical or residue. And then the paper was dried at 60 to 60 derajat Celsius for 12 hours. And then the next step is surface activation in A and F. Surface activation. The paper surface activate using ADC or NHS, creating active sites for covalent binding of proteins. And then this is the binding protein. And then the next is hazardous peroxide or HRP is applied and incubated to covalency attack to the activate paper. The enzyme is used to detect hydrogen peroxide H2O2 during electrochemical testing. Okay. Next, info of the sandwich type immunoassay system. This figure uh, are scheme of modification step for the construction of the APET immunoassay for the detection of Leishmania. The first step is immobilize of the capture antibody into the active paper using ADC or NHS. Okay, and then the next blocking of non-specific binding site with bovine serum, albumin or BSA. And then the next negative and positive control. The negative control, no antigen present, and then the positive control with antigen present. So in negative patient, no complex formation, and at positive present, formation of an immune complex. And then addition of Leishmania peptide antigen into the paper, allowing it to bind with the immobilized capture antibody here. And then the next addition of HRP label secondary antibody or Horridis peroxidase, forming a sandwich capture AB1 and antigen AB2 HRP. And then the electrochemical detection stage. The paper containing the form immunocomplex is placed on the screen carbon electrode SPCI. Hydrogen peroxide H2O2 is added, reacting with HRP and Prussian 2. This reaction causes a change in electrical current, which is measured by multiple pulse amperometry or MPA. Decrease in current indicates the presence of the antigen is positive results. Next, the next is about clinical target or biomarker. On biomarker analysis, the main biomarker analysis is the peptide antigen of Leishmania amazonensis, a specific parasitic protein that serves as a biological marker of Leishmania infection. And then this antigen acts as a biochemical indicator of the presence of Leishmania parasites in the body. And in the next one, detection is carried out using a specific anti-Leishmania amazonensis antibody, which recognize the bind to the target antigen in biological sample. And then the clinical relevance of the biomarker, Leishmania is an infection disease because by protozoa of the Leishmania genus transmitted by the bite of infected sandflies like Phlebotomine species, and then conventional diagnosis methods such as PCR or culture or microscopy are often time consuming and then expensive and require laboratory facilities. Therefore, detection of the specific Leishmania amazonensis antigen is clinically relevant because it provides a direct indication of active infection and then enable rapid point of care testing in field condition and then assist in diagnosing contaminants or visceral. In clinically, the presence of this antigen serves as a primary diagnostic marker consuming parasite infection in the patient. Nah, in normal versus abnormal concentration range in healthy individual or in normal condition, Leishmania antigen are undetectable in blood or tissue. Signs no infection is present. So the result will negative. And then in infected individuals or abnormal condition, Leishmania antigen appears in nanomolar or micromolar concentration, depending on infection severity in tissue allocation. In this study, the APET system demonstrates the ability to detect Leishmania antigen at very low concentration range with a limit of detection or LOD in the nanogram per liter range, indicating indicating high sensitivity for early diagnosis. Okay, okay. This picture uh, serve serving before and after modification substrate. Okay, the A picture before modification and B, C, D, A, and F after modification, and we can see the difference of the picture of before modification and after modification. In after modification, Prussian blue nanostructure uh, here and immobilized antibody was served with fluently. Okay, next. Okay, the next one is the main results. The developed electrochemical paper-based analytical device or APET demonstrated high sensitivity and specificity toward the Leishmania antibodies antigen. The current response increased proportionally with antigen concentration, while negative control samples produce no measurable signal, confirming excellent selectivity. And then the reproducibility of the immunosensor was satisfactory with a relative standard deviation or RSD of 5.12%, indicating stable and consistent analytical performance across repeated measurement. Compared to conventional diagnosis and then the APET, the APET diagnosis was simplified operation without the need for complex laboratory equipment, and then short analysis time, and then low reagent consumption and overall cost effectiveness, making it suitable for development in research limited regions. Okay, okay. The next one, my results is the picture validates the electrochemical behavior of the APET when the antigen is present. The current response changed significantly, confirming the successful immunoassay formation and the disease sensitivity. Okay, the blank cyclic voltammogram obtained for different paper-based immunoassay supports in the absence of H2O2. And then the control, the color is blue, is blank, and then the control, and then the detection. In the presence of after or the control and before incubation in the present detection, red color, supporting electrolyte and H2S2, H2SO4. Okay, the graphic was very high. Okay, relative current intensity obtained by chronoamperometry measurement performed for the iPad sandwich type immunosensor construction. Okay, the control, the lab AB, and then ABBSR lab AB. The control is the highest graphic. Okay, and then it's about the selectivity and clinical relevance of the iPad. The device responds only to Leishmania antigen with no interference from other virus or negative human serum sample. Okay, the sample, the positive is served and the negative and the blank. Negative sample and positive sample as interference in the absence or control and the presence of the target control plus lab, and then the samples analyzed performed for Leishmania negative and positive human blood sample. The blank, the the first experiment, the second, the third, and the control sample analyzed. Okay, and then the clinical analysis. The strength of the method was low cost and easy route, easy, low cost and easy to use, and then rapid and portable, and then high specificity, high specificity and sensitivity, user friendly and reproducible. The performance is consistent RSD on 5.12%, confirming good reproducibility. Okay, because the iPad use simple materials, so the cost will low and it's really easy to use for on some place in daerah terpencil. So the Leishmania will detect with uh, fastly. Okay, and then rapid and portable because the detection process only takes a few minutes, and then high specificity and selectivity. The sensor respond exclusively to Leishmania antigen and so no cross-reactivity with other pathogens such as the yellow fever virus. And then user-friendly and reproducible, the device can be operated by non-specialists in field condition, and the RSD number is very small, confirming good reproducibility. And the limitation of the method. This method only give qualitative output only, and then limited clinical validation, enzyme instability, and environmental sensitivity. The current version provides only positive or negative results. It cannot yet quantify antigen concentration. And then limited clinical validation. The study is still a proof of concept stage and has not been tested on a large clinical sample population. And then enzyme instability. The HRP enzyme used in detection is sensitive to temperature and humidity, which might reduce the sensor storage stability. And then environmental sensitivity. The paper substrates may be affected by moisture and handling condition influencing sensor performance. Next, clinical feasibility, highly realistic for rapid field screening, not yet a replacement for laboratory method, and further develop required. The iPad can be applied for early diagnosis in endemic area with minimal laboratory infrastructure. So, not specialist people, not only the specialification people can use this iPad. Uh, and then not yet a replacement for laboratory method. It is ideal for preliminary screening but cannot yet substitute advanced confirmatory tests like PCR or ELISA in hospital. And then further development require additional clinical validation, long-term stability testing, and integration with digital or portable readers are needed to make it fully suitable for routine clinical use. Overall, the iPad biosensor represents a promising, low-cost, and sensitive diagnosis tool. It offers several practical advantages or conventional methods, so further optimization and large-scale testing are required to ensure reliability for routine healthcare application. Okay, the next is clinical application potential. Implementation in hospital and clinical laboratory. The iPad, the iPad can be implemented as a rapid diagnosis device in hospital, in clinical laboratory, or field clinics. And then its paper and electrochemical design enables low-cost, portable, and quick testing. And then the iPad ideal for point of care testing or POCT, allowing immediate diagnosis directly at the patient location. And then the B, relevance of patient and community. Leishmania mostly affect population in rural and low-income regions where healthcare occurs, well, where healthcare access is limited. And then the iPad provides early, low cost, and accessible diagnosis. And then its simple operation support large scale community screening programs and public health surveillance in endemic area. And then the future development direction, quantitative detection, digital integration, and broader applicability and clinical validation. Okay, so this future, maybe the iPad will promote to quantitative detection and then development toward quantitative measurement of antigen concentration rather than only qualitative results. And then coupling with smart digital integration. So the coupling with smartphone based or portable readers for automate data recording and analyze. And then broader applicability, expansion of the iPad platform for detection other infection diseases such as HIV, tuberculosis, or dengue. And then in clinical validation, large-scale trials to ensure reliability and long-term stability under real clinical conditions. Okay, the study by Pepe et al. 2025 successfully developed an electrochemical paper-based analytical device or iPad modified with Prussian blue and antibodies for the detection Leishmania antigen. The biosensor demonstrates high sensitivity, specificity, and reproducibility with RSD 5.12%, confirming reliable analytical performance. With its low cost, portability, and easy for use, the iPad shows strong potential as a point-of-care diagnosis tool, particularly for research limited or remote area. This study demonstrated how simple biosensor technology can transform disease diagnosis, offering faster, cheaper, and more accessible solutions for global health. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you very much. I have one quote. The technology becomes truly meaningful when it brings science closer to those who need it most. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next presentation.